My name's Kaylah Hagler. I am a creative Black woman in Atlanta. I fancy myself as a painter, and I am currently doing a tattooing apprenticeship. So I'm also a tattoo apprentice, and I'm a dreamer and a funny, awkward Black girl. Back in elementary school, all of the schools, they used to always give kids agendas, and then the agendas would have a couple spare pages. So I would fill them up with doodles and stuff like that, or draw in between, I would customize it. And then I was really getting into it when my dad would deploy. So I would put pictures of him in my agendas, and then I would, make them fancy. So those were my first artistic expressions. And then in high school, I did all the shirts for people, all the different clubs, even if I wasn't in the club. I did the prom props before I could go to proms. That was in sophomore year. I was just always on it. I took a break for college, but it's always been my thing. My first medium that I picked up was drawing with charcoals, and I really love it. I think it's a beautiful medium. It's black and white. I wanted to add color, but I didn't want to use my color pencils. I bought them, and I bought color pencils and I bought markers, and I didn't want to use them. They didn't call me. So I was like, man, I don't know, how do I do color? And then when I really thought about it, whenever I go to the museums, I really dole on paintings. And all my favorite artists are painters. So I decided that I should try to do this with paint. The thing that was always kind of told to me out of love, people care about you, or artists don't have a lot of money, so you're gonna be a lawyer or a doctor. It was more so skirted off. And I think when I went to college, I went to college with that mentality. I had a sketchbook, or at least 2 sketchbooks that I used, but at the time that I was doing my undergrad, it was well, what's your real job gonna be? I didn't think about it hard. So it was definitely there, but I was like, girl, you need to learn organic chemistry. I always tell people about my friend PJ. She's actually from Atlanta. She used me as a muse a couple of times for some paintings. Okay, she lived in a house, she had a car, she has a child, she has multiple animals, everybody's fed. I was like, oh, you don't live in a 2-story box? And it's I think stuff like that, it looked real possible because she's doing it. And she was doing it by herself. She was a single mom, So I was like, that's hard, and she's still doing it. So I just hung around my painter friends more and more, and it kind of just built my confidence, seeing her do stuff, and I felt the permission to try things. And then my friend, she didn't give me a whole lot of lessons directly, but she's an art teacher that her master's was in. So I got to hear about the technical stuff that goes into making things look the way you want to, and that really helped my brain. So I was able to teach myself, 'cause I consider myself self-taught. I didn't go to art school, but I feel like she gave me the tools to do it myself. I picked up oil paint last. I did charcoal, acrylic paint, then oil paint. I think it's it's buttery, it's deep. You can come back to it and mess with it if you use certain mediums. But I've been trying to practice being flexible, because ultimately I'm an artist. So I don't want to be married to one thing. Oh, if you're catching me painting, I gotta have all of the million parts of oil painting that you have to have with you. So I've been circling back to acrylics, and we're still cool. And then lately I've been seeing people draw more. I need to draw anyway for my apprenticeship, but my charcoal drawings, I was like, dang, I got a big roll of paper. A friend of mine gave me a big roll of paper. I think I want to use it, so I'm probably going to bust out some charcoal drawings. Sometimes I get asked to do shows, and so I think of something, I'll pull from my list or my Pinterest and see what smashes for the show. Or if it's something, usually if I'm painting off my own volition, I like to paint pretty girls with flowers. Like I love the idea, like flowers are evidence of like this beautiful evidence of a plant's hard work. There's so many metaphors I could throw on flowers. Like I just love seeing it. And then I just get to it. I like being prompted though, and with deadlines, because then I'll make sure that I finish it. I think I'm still coming into my style, to be honest. So it's hard for me to say, oh, my style is directly influenced by this. But a lot of artists that I looked at, Charlie Palmer, Wack Williams, Kadir Nelson is fire, Floyd Strickland is fire. There's so many people, like it would be unfair, to be honest, to name any more people because it's really a long list. I like the way this person poses people. I like the way this person does lighting. I like the way this person like puts stuff together, you know? It's hard. And every time I see somebody new, I'll be like, I'm in love with you. Having a nice, bright, clean, open, positive environment is very important. And that's just like the room, the air. Being around people that are thinking about things, doing things, talking about things. Did you read that? Like, it doesn't have to be like super studious either. But I like the energy of people who are like on go, and whatever on go means to them. Because like the world turns every day. And I don't like feeling stagnant. So I've been very very blessed to be around like people like Charlie and people like Maya, people like my friends, like these young upcoming emerging artists, like all different stages from different perspectives, different cities, just being able to move around and do the thing. And then one of these days we'll see what the thing is. One painter that I really like, that I recently got to meet, and we say hi now, Dr. Fahamu Piku. I love his work, and he uses a lot of just solid backgrounds. I think it makes the skin look like it's not competing. There's nothing competing for your attention. Then you can really bust down on the details. So I really like that when he does that. So I try to do some, but I wanted to have my own little flair. So that's where the gradients come in. And I think they set like a cool mood, like down, simmer down. The challenge I think that I wouldn't say I actively face it all the time, but it's just run across my mind, is that little element of like all that other stuff, that outside art world chatter, like, oh, is this gonna beat this kind of piece? What does this look like? What is such and such gonna think about this? Is this gonna be, ooh, you know what I really hate? When I'm painting and I start thinking about my bank account. Oh my God, I'd be like, we gotta sell. I'd be like, oh, I hope this sells. Oh my God, and you're just like clouding your brain with all this other stuff, which it can be important. I mean, shoot, it's nice to make some money. Love art money, it's my favorite check to get. I just got one a week ago. That was great. For me personally, it's about making sure that I did something that I wanted to do with my life for real. Like, I did not want to be a dentist. I did not want to be a lawyer. I did not want to be a paralegal for the rest of my life. I can tell you a long list of stuff that I don't want to do. I just feel like art's the way. It's like instinctual for me as a being. And I feel so inspired. And I've been so lucky to have so many friends, influences, and different mentors that did the thing, So I know it works. I got 2 mentors. I see so much of myself in the both of them. And I'd be like, I think I actually can be my version of them. For sure. I was like, I don't know, he's doing it. I know that like, they're people. I can be a person like that. My name is Kaylah Hagler. I'm a creative, I'm a dreamer, a painter, and a tattoo artist in the future. And this is my voice, and this is my life.